Yet again, Dragon Ball Super yet again delivers with the fucking epicness that we need and deserve this episode. Oh my gosh, I am so glad to say that watching this episode, I felt like I was in my old DBZ days where the villains truly felt ominous and they felt like it was impossible to beat because Black and Zamasu kicked ass. And everything about this episode, first of all, the action, the animation, all that good stuff was great, fantastic. I mean, between Goku and Trunks fighting first of all, Zamasu and Black double teaming up on Goku, I was like, really now, really? And honestly, it does seem like there's a discrepancy in power, and again, I think that's due to the anime changing things or doing things differently than in the manga. Again, like I've said before, if you read the manga, you know that Trunks was able to keep up with Super Saiyan 3 Goku pretty much, and then Goku had to go Super Saiyan Blue to knock him out. In the anime, he was pretty much overwhelmed when Goku went Super Saiyan 3. Had he been able to keep up with Super Saiyan 3 in the anime and then had that training with Vegeta, it would have made a bit more sense as to how he was able to keep up with Zamasu in this one, even though Zamasu was like, yo, I'm immortal, what are you doing? You think you're doing something to me? It's nothing. But you could definitely see that in this episode. Trunks was kind of keeping up in a way with them, which is kind of like, seems a little odd there. That's one of the only complaints I would say, because honestly, again, this episode, it was just absolutely amazing. Getting to see Vegeta jumping in and them having to flee. When do any of them have to flee? It's been a long time. It's been since the Z days that you really have to see them running and trying to flee and stuff like that. I mean, against Beerus, Goku was the only one that could do anything. Against Frieza, it was like he was a joke. The Universe 6 warriors weren't really much, but this time around, it's not the case. And I honestly, this episode, it proved truly that they're an incredible threat, and that's one of the things I loved about it. But then the hero that we don't deserve, but we have, the hero that we need, came through. Yajirobe. That was classic. The combination of Vegeta distracting while Yajirobe ran with them, that was absolutely hilarious. Like, that's great comedy in the midst of things, and it didn't feel forced like, hey, let's just have Pilaf tell a fart joke or something like that. It wasn't anything of that nature. They needed saving, they needed rescuing, so you got Yajirobe the Great coming in there, and I'm like, this is perfect. This is Dragon Ball at its finest, and I can do nothing but praise. Towards the end of the episode where you get to see Maya and stuff like that, you can see that they're trying to at least keep the humans somewhat relevant, and I'm kind of curious, why is it that Goku or Black Goku and Zamasu, they really can't sense things? Like, Black has to really focus in to sense people, so that's probably the explanation as to how Mai was able to distract them and then get away as well, because she otherwise would have been slaughtered. It's like the gas must have blinded them, and then they couldn't really sense things, because again, you see Black, he's desperately there trying to find their key, so that means that they really aren't that good at detecting power levels on their own. Maybe they never learned it, maybe because they're gods. Well, we're unsure about Black and his position or whatever, but Zamasu is a god, and I'm guessing since he's connected, it's probably the similar case with Black, why he can't really sense things that well. It was weird at the end of the episode. I'm kind of curious who was filming the Dragon Ball Super tournament that we had, the Universe 6 tournament. When you see Gowas watching it on his TV set, I'm like, first of all, are those HD remasters? Well, no, he's in a 4x3 TV watching it, so it's probably some SD standard definition type of deal. But Gowas watching the tournament and stuff like that, and it's like, yeah, definitely set up. You could totally see Gowas telling him, which is like, if you have distrust for your student, why would you give him this vital information about these Super Dragon Balls? You can see that he's going down a dark path. Maybe you should have kept that to yourself, bro. And the end of the episode shows that the Zamasu in our timeline has already gone down a dark path. He went over to Zuno and he threatened him basically, yo, let me get them Dragon Balls, bro. Give me the information on them so I could go get them. And it's clear as day that Zamasu, whatever he's gonna do, is probably gonna set up for what ultimately happens to Trunks' timeline. Is either gonna be the creation of Black or something that gives him the power to be able to stand up against Goku and Trunks and them, because you could see he pretty much had an immortal body. I'm curious, is Zamasu completely immortal? Like, did he wish to the Super Dragon that he was immortal and that way nobody could ever stop him? If that's the case, then the only way to defeat this guy, if he's truly immortal from the Super Dragon, is to seal him up somehow, kind of like Garlic Jr. in the Dead Zone. He has to be sealed away somewhere, because otherwise, if he's completely immortal, no matter how strong Goku and Vegeta get, they will not be able to defeat him. And I mean, the choreography with Goku doing the backflips as he's being blasted at, it reminded me of, I think it's movie 1, Dead Zone, when Goku's fighting all of Garlic Jr.'s flunkies and shit like that. It just gave me that old vibe. Honestly, yet again, fantastic, great episode of Dragon Ball Super, 9 to a 9.5. The past few episodes of Dragon Ball Super have been the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super, and I say the same thing for this week's episode. Phenomenal, mwah, absolutely amazing. Let me know what you guys thought thought of the episode though. How did you feel about Goku and Trunks versus Zamasu and Black? Do you feel as though Trunks shouldn't have been that capable of being in the same arena as them? Maybe he should have been, you know, getting his ass kicked a lot sooner. Also, what do you think about Zamasu and Black, their seemingly incapability of sensing power levels? And what do you think about the ending? What is Zamasu gonna wish to the dragon, assuming he gets his hands on the Dragon Ball, to have? And your overall thoughts of the episode. Do you think it was as fantastic as I felt? Again, it feels like Dragon Ball Super is on fire, and this Future Trunks arc is really something out of this world for Dragon Ball. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Once again, can I get a hoorah for Yajirobe? I'm just saying.